Hey, this is Gary Payton. Y'all listen to 3-Point Conversion Radio. It's the bomb.
Deshaun Tate here from the 3-Point Conversion based out of Atlanta, Georgia, where the fans' opinions matter, of course. Got head coach Josh Pastner here at 2022-23 season ACC Media Day. Coach, let me ask you first and foremost. We've seen 2 years ago this team went on to winning the ACC Conference Tournament. A little bit of a step back on last year. What is the next step for this Georgia Tech team this year?
Yeah, we were really inconsistent last year, unfortunately. You know, losing Bubba Parham to the injury really hurt us because we had to really rely on a lot of young guys, and we lost a lot of close games. Obviously, losing Alvarado and Moses Wright to the timing that we lost them late, in the late June, early July, and then not having a chance to replace them, on that. So, but the bad news is we had to play with a lot of young guys last year. But the good news is they got to be able to play this year, and that experience should really help them and us to hopefully, be better going into this season. I think a few things for us. One, the star of our team for this season's got to be the team. Star of the team's the team. The open man is the go-to man. The go-to man's the open man. And we've got to be really good at limiting teams to one shot, not having terrible turnovers, and we got to make free throws.
This team has really been predicated a lot of times on being able to play, hard-nosed, stifling defense, being able to get guys from, or preventing guys from being able to get baskets and so forth. One of the key guys you guys are returning this year, Kyle Sturdivant. Being a guy that's from Norcross High School and so forth, talk about what the expectations are for him this year, including how important it is to continue to pull guys from right out of this market.
Yeah, look, Kyle Sturdivant, we're really going to rely on him and depend on him to really produce for us. And he's had a great offseason, preseason. He needs to be really good for us in the guard rebounding. Like, that's a big thing. He's got to be a really good guard rebounder. But he was a great player at Norcross. Obviously, he went to USC and then transferred back to us, part of the team that won the ACC tournament. He's in his fourth year of school, so we need him to be a veteran guy. And I'm excited to see, because he has developed, he has gotten better, and we need him to be really sound and solid for us this season.
Two more questions. The first one being, talk about the importance, if you don't mind, of the recruiting. It's obviously a big, huge hotbed in Atlanta. I know you're probably tired of hearing this question all the time. The importance of being able to recruit within the city of Atlanta and getting these guys to stay home.
Well, look, the city of Atlanta is critical. I mean, there's so many good players. However, evaluation is important.
Yeah,
people get enamored with sometimes with recruiting rankings, but it's not always evaluation. And what happens is we've done a really good job of evaluating and developing. Yes, there are certain guys that we've tried to get. The elite 5-star, we haven't been able to pull them in just yet, and times have changed right now with NIL and different things like that.
Definitely.
That being said, we've done a good job of also evaluating and not taking somebody who's maybe highly ranked. They've gone to a school and it hasn't worked out for them. And they're transferring whatever. And so I always say, like, what about the credit for that?
Yep.
I'm doing a good job of making sure we're taking the right guys. And so, yes, you've got to get great players that have great talent, and we want to recruit in Atlanta. That's our backyard, and we want to get the very, very best. But it's got to be the right fit too. I mean, they've got to want to be at Georgia Tech, and understand the academic, rigorous of the curriculum and everything else, and they got to be excited about that. And so. But we're recruiting's obviously the lifeline as in terms of building but evaluation is just as important. But things have changed now with the transfer portal as well too. There's a lot of kids who went to other schools who are from the Atlanta and the greater area that they're in the portal and have a chance to come back to home. So we might not always get them on the initial, but there's a great chance we can get them on the back end.
Last thing, there's someone who you coached, and you mentioned his name a little bit earlier, kind of making himself a household name, not just within the NBA from a defensive guard standpoint, but in the Big Easy, Jose Alvarado. Just give me your overall thoughts on some of the things that you were able to see him do, particularly obviously in the postseason there for the Pelicans, and just what type of NBA player you really believe that he can be going forward.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Jose. 97 to 98% of the NBA you're 6'7" or above. Jose's literally about 5'9", 5'10". He'll say 6 feet. He's 5'10". But, he's just his toughness. He's a competitor. He's a winner. He's won everywhere he's been. And, he looks like he's going to be staying in the NBA for a long time.
Not used to seeing head coach of Georgia Tech, Josh Pastner, without that mask outside of that.
We don't have to wear it anymore this year. You know what I mean? We want to go past it. But if I had to bring it back, I'd bring it back.
The shield. I appreciate you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.